the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Now at 6 on DC News Now, the latest in a Southeast DC shooting. Police now tell us 3 people were shot as they search for a suspect.
Good evening, everyone. We do have a very special weather statement that has just been put out for Garrett County, where squalls persist across that area. We're seeing a good clip of snow. We'll look at that coming up.
We must get the full accounting of what happened and why those responsible can be held accountable.
The Biden administration investigating what led to the collapse of the Silicon Valley Bank. Our Ben Dennis is live with what this all means for you and how to protect your money.
And a nationally recognized organization adding its support for Maryland. Why the NAACP wants the FBI headquarters to have its line in the Old Line State. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us for DC News Now at 6. I'm Yasmin Mahfouz.
And I'm Mark Hall, filling in for Chris Flanagan. Developing now new details in that shooting in Southeast DC last night that left 2 people dead. Police now saying a 3rd person was in the SUV during the attack and survived. Now, this happened along 11th Street, just near the intersection of Pennsylvania Avenue. And police said the gunman chased the victim's SUV for several blocks, but they have not said why.
DC News Now's Dave Laval joins us now live from the scene in Potomac Gardens.
And Dave, you're learning more about the investigation.
That's right, Mark and Yasmin, and the biggest things that we have learned is that this attack was targeted and police are still looking for suspects. Behind me is some of the damage caused when the victim's SUV slammed into about 5 cars along this stretch of 11th Street Southeast. As far as the people who live in this area, well, those we talked to told us what happened here Sunday night is something they'll never forget.
It was scary. It was pretty scary last night.
Diana Bauer recalls the frightening night in her Potomac Gardens neighborhood.
It was like crash, 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 and then some shots.
2 men dead, a 3rd wounded when an SUV crashed into several cars parked along 11th Street Southeast Sunday night after gunshots ripped through their car.
I'm glad it wasn't worse, you know.
The day after the attack shows the damage caused during the chase, which police say started several blocks south near M Street.
It sounded real close. I think they must have been shooting right over here. I mean, it was real close.
Michael Ford lives near where the SUV finally stopped. He's been part of this neighborhood for 25 years.
First thing I heard was a cop say, "Drop the weapon."
Right now we do know that it was a targeted event where one vehicle was shooting at another.
Police Captain Kevin Kentish released few details during a Monday afternoon news conference. He did say investigators recovered a gun near the scene. Also, he does not believe shots were fired from both vehicles.
Anytime that you can have gunfire exchange between those amount of blocks anywhere in the District of Columbia, I think it's alarming.
The district has now had 43 homicides this year. That's a 25% increase from the same time a year ago.
It's a great neighborhood. I've seen a number of my neighbors today and communicated with them, and everybody's kind of reaching out to each other to, you know, just kind of share the experience.
Second shooting in 6 months with no shootings in the prior 25 years. Hello, DC.
And police did say that they are looking for a sedan spotted leaving this area shortly after the shootings took place Sunday night. Anyone with information is asked to call DC Police. We're live in Potomac Gardens. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Switching gears for a very quick moment here. We have a special weather statement that has just been issued by the National Weather Service. It's due to snow squalls. They are persisting across Garrett County, and for them to issue this, it's very rare. It's almost as big as a tornado warning. Due to kind of the sporadic nature of these snow squalls, we'll continue to watch this, but you can see on your screen here a live look out towards Garrett County. You have grassy areas that are dealing with a good swath of snow, along with visibility that is really reduced across that area. Taking a live look at our current radar, you can see Garrett County Mountain Lake Park is really dealing with the heaviest band at this point. And so this is going to continue really to track to the east and hopefully lose its force. Now I'm going to show you kind of the wider view so you can see where this moisture is really coming from. It's bouncing off Lake Erie along with Lake Michigan, so kind of the greater Cleveland area, and then you have Lake Michigan over here, and so that's allowing these snow squalls to flow in towards West Virginia. Now, predictions are now calling for at least 3 to 5 inches, and so we're just at the beginning of this situation. Kind of that center of circulation is sitting really out towards Chicago and Detroit area, but we're still going to watch kind of the flow of this moisture, and so where these squalls continue to linger could see a good dose of snow throughout the rest of the evening. Now, you can see the larger scope of things. No advisory has been put into place, but as I said, this is going to stay in place until about 6:15 across Garrett County, and hopefully by then it starts to expire. Winter weather advisories, they currently are in place for the higher terrain, and that extends all the way up to Boston, New York City, and the Philadelphia area. All these advisories, it's due to this strong coastal low that continues to track to the north and east, and so it's causing freeze concerns along with high wind concerns across the DMV. So all of these counties that you're seeing in that kind of teal shade is due to our winds. I mean, they're going to be picking up starting overnight into early Tuesday across all of the DMV, potential wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Hey, we'll talk more about the wind flow coming up.
Janessa, thank you. New details tonight. A man has been arrested after several carjackings and shootings in the district and Montgomery County, Maryland, that happened over the weekend. Police say that Monterey Horn had just finished serving 17 years behind bars for sexual assault of a child. Well, this weekend's events unfolded Saturday morning when police say Horn tried to shoot a man aboard a metro train in Anacostia. The bullet just barely missed him, and officers say that Horn then made his way to Wheaton Mall, where he carjacked a woman at gunpoint. He had the keys but was unable to start the car. Police say that Horn tried 5 more times to steal people's cars. The 5th time, they say he shot at a woman, hitting her in the face. The woman is now in serious condition. Horn was eventually arrested and taken into custody. He's being held without bond.
And new details tonight as U.S. officials enforce emergency measures to avoid a potential banking crisis. Regulators closed a New York-based Signature Bank to prevent a bigger disaster. This comes after Silicon Valley Bank collapsed last week, the second biggest in U.S. history. President Biden and other lawmakers reassured depositors that they are protected and the banking system is safe. However, Republicans are blaming this on how the Biden administration borrows and spends money. And while the feds move to protect everyone with money in Silicon Valley Bank, questions still remain tonight if problems will persist and become a more widespread issue.
And some of those questions: is your money safe and protected? DC News Now's consumer reporter Ben Dennis questioned some financial experts about just that.
Yeah, so Ben, given all of the circumstances, what are some of the steps that we can take to protect our money?
First, 2 financial analysts tell me that most American consumers don't need to worry that much about this banking situation, considering that there are financial and federal protections. Up to $250,000 deposits are backed by insurance programs. But anybody who is still somewhat concerned about protecting their own money, certainly there are tools to help. Now, analysts say that there was not a widespread panic about large deposits at multiple banks because the feds had expanded insurance coverage for Silicon Valley Bank, insuring deposits more than $250,000. So what does this all mean for the everyday consumer?
If you have $10,000 in your checking or savings account, you are well under the balance of $250,000. Banks are already paying fees within the FDIC insurance pot to ensure that you are fully covered. So you're just not in that place of concern. The biggest concerns are for folks who are managing the cash flow of hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I don't think this is anything that the average consumer should at all be losing sleep over.
And if I'm not losing sleep over it, but I still want to have at least some personal assurance that my money is safe and protected, how can I do that?
You can go right onto the FDIC website. They have an FAQ, which gives you all sorts of information about deposit insurance limits, which kind of accounts are covered.
And it's that FAQ tool recommending that consumers check that their bank is covered by the FDIC And you won't have to pay for this insurance for deposits less than $250,000. It's done automatically. And among accounts insured, checking and savings accounts, but non-deposit investments that are not insured include stocks, bonds, and cryptocurrency assets. And if a bank fails, the FDIC says that insurance usually is coming to you the next business day or sent to you through a check in the mail. All of this and more online at dcnewsnow.com. In the newsroom, Ben Dennis, back to you.
Ben, thank you. And this all happening as the Federal Reserve gets ready to meet later this month. Officials for the Fed have said just this month that they need to be more aggressive with interest rate hikes. But ahead at 6:30, we'll take a look at if whether or not that's changed with concerns over the banking industry.
Well, new tonight, Maryland's bid for the new FBI headquarters is getting support from the NAACP. DC News Now's Katie Reed joins us. And good evening, Katie. You spoke to the NAACP about really their push and what this could mean for the state.
Yeah, good evening. Now, the national chapter of the NAACP, they're doubling down on Governor Wes Moore's message that President Biden should prioritize equality, equity, and diversity when picking the new location for the FBI headquarters. Both the national and Maryland chapters of the NAACP sent letters to President Biden. They're encouraging him to pick one of the two proposed Maryland sites, Greenbelt or Landover, for the new FBI headquarters. Now, the letters, they highlighted that Prince George's County is the only majority black jurisdiction in the DMV. They also call attention to President Biden's equity and diversity agenda, saying the decision to pick Prince George's County would not be charity. According to the letters, Prince George's County is also home to nearly half of the region's federal warehouses, which they say contribute far less to the economy than federal office buildings. They also highlighted that there is a nearly 30% difference in median wages when comparing that to Fairfax County, Virginia, which is competing with Maryland for the new headquarters.
The absence of equity has it can either help or hinder in economic development. And given that Prince George's is the majority black county, that it's important that those federal investments support the workforce that actually live in that county as well.
Now, you probably remember just last week, both states made their final pitches before the General Services Administration. Virginia's big selling point is proximity. They say they're closer to the FBI's training base at Quantico. Now, the NAACP wants the president to value equity over proximity. They say 20% of the federal workforce lives in Prince George's County, while the county is only home to 4% of the DMV's federal office space. Live in the studio, Katie Ring, DC News Now. Back to you.
Katie, thank you. And coming up on DC News Now at 6, a controversial test question Fairfax County Public Schools, the district's decision to take it out in a college-level course.
And a new dynamic in the market, variable pricing, why some prices marked for goods and services are actually a moving target.
And weather-wise, we are watching a snow squall warning across the Mountain State region. It's going to persist here for the next couple of minutes. And the rest of the area, we are tracking high winds. We'll look at that coming up.